Look at this. Perfect blends, crisp highlights, every color exactly where it should be. This is what the box shows you. This is how you're supposed to paint. And the worst part? You actually believe this was the standard. And this is what actually comes out. And somewhere in the gap between those two things, most painters quietly decide they are just not good enough. Here's what nobody tells you. That box art wasn't painted by one painter in an afternoon. And once you understand what this actually means for you, painting gets a lot less stressful and a lot more fun. Hi, I'm Toby from Red Hat Paints. In this video, I want to talk with you about the single biggest psychological trap in miniature painting: box art. What it actually is, why it is quietly sabotaging your confidence, and how to use it correctly by showing you why I painted this miniature completely differently. Because you haven't been making a painting mistake. You have been making a comparison mistake. And there's a huge difference. I'm a commission painter. And the most common phrase I hear is, I want box art. And then I always have to explain, well, you don't really want box art, because that's far too expensive for your whole army. What you want is something different, yet similar. Let's talk about what you actually see when you're looking at box art. You know, box art is not there to show you how to paint your miniatures. It's there to sell you the miniature. Those are two completely different goals. It's a team of professional painters. It takes days, sometimes longer, to paint them, and they're photographed under studio conditions. And everything you're seeing is optimized to make you want to buy the miniature. They want to make money. So what you've been doing every time you finished a miniature and thought, oh well, why doesn't mine look like that? Is comparing your attempts on a Tuesday evening to a team of professionals working for 3 days, photographed under studio conditions. That's not a skill problem. That's a math problem. You were never supposed to win that comparison. Here's how the spiral usually goes. You finish a miniature, you hold it up, you pull up the box art on your phone, usually zoomed into 400% like you're conducting forensic investigation. Yours has visible brush strokes. Theirs looks perfectly blended. Because it is. Even the smallest detail, crisp and clean. And the thought creeps in, I'm just not good at this. I want to be really clear about something. That conclusion is wrong. The problem was never the miniature. It was never your brushes or your paints or your hands. It was the target. You were aiming at the wrong thing, blaming yourself for missing it. I've had this many times before, like with my 40k Deathwatch army. Everything should match the box art as close as possible. Render every detail. I painted this and hated it. I remember staring at this miniature thinking I'd failed, because I kept comparing it to this official image. Looking back now, I think it's completely fine. The miniature was never the problem. The comparison was. Different isn't worse, but it took me a while to actually believe that. So, does that mean you should ignore box art completely? Well, yes, but actually no. It is a really useful tool. You're just using it wrong, like trying to cut something with a hammer. Box art tells you two things that are genuinely worth knowing. First, it's a map. Which areas are dark, which are light. What's the focal point the eyes are drawn to first? That map of color placement, that took real artistic decisions to create. You can borrow those decisions. Look here, same color logic. Cloak is the darkest area, armor catches the light, sea blade is focal point. I kept that structure on Zeratul, but the specific colors, those were mine. Second, readability. Box art, especially the heavy metal team, always gets this right. Every surface is clearly separated from another by little shadows and edge highlights. That's the one technical lesson worth borrowing directly. Of course, not the execution, but rather the intention of the contrast this creates. Use box art as a map and not as a destination. You don't have to religiously highlight every edge, but practicing it and doing it on the most important parts of your miniature can massively increase your readability. Where does each color live? Borrow that. How was it applied? That part's yours. Here's where the fun begins. When you stop trying to copy box art exactly and start making the model yours, something changes. You start making meaningful decisions. And weirdly, that's usually the moment people start improving rapidly. I had these thoughts about my 40k Votann army. I want this army to feel loud, dangerous, like industrial warning signs brought to life. Those are your choices, nobody else's. And the miniature becomes yours in a way a box art copy never could. Standard scheme would be teal armor, gold runes, black weapons. We've all seen it. But what if the armor is like a bright green warning vest? What if the weapons have a warning orange, symbolizing the danger omitted by these tools? And what if the runes glow in an interesting fluorescent pink? It may not look like the box art, but from 3 feet away on an actual tabletop, it looks better immediately. Especially for armies, you don't need to render every detail. Just make sure your miniature makes a lasting impression on arm's length. You don't have to waste time highlighting every single bolt in the armor. Box art rarely exists for personal interpretation. Its sole purpose is to sell you the product. It shows you the law official, the default version, the safe option. But you're not painting for a catalog. You're painting for yourself, for the tabletop, for the version of this character that lives in your head and tells your story. That's what makes miniature painting worth doing. And no box art comparison can destroy that. Before we finish this, I want to emphasize something important. Even if you go fully custom, and I think you should, borrow this thing from box art. The map of focal point hierarchy. Box art painters always make sure the most important part of the model is also the most visually distinct. Usually the face, sometimes a weapon. But wherever the sculptor put the drama in, the painter amplifies it. Lightest highlights, darkest shadows, even the color choices. They all point the eye toward one place. Everything else in the model exists to support that moment. That is the artistic lesson box art teaches you. Not the perfect color gradients, not the studio lighting, not 3 days of hard work. Readability, the story of where to look first. Borrow that. Make everything else your own. And if you really have no clue what colors to take, box art actually gives you a harmonic roadmap. So let's recap. Box art is a professional production with a team, airbrushes, other studio lighting, and multiple days of hard work. That was never a fair benchmark. The mistake is not that your miniature looks different. The mistake is thinking different means worse. Use box art as a map. Where does each color live? How strong is the contrast, and where does the eye go first? Take those lessons. And then put it away and paint the version that lives in your head. Because honestly, Nobody remembers whether your army looked like box art. They remember whether it looked like yours. If this changed how you think about box art, please like and subscribe. And if you've already had your liberation moment from box art, tell me about it. I'd love to hear your story. And if you think you're a bad painter, take a look at this video about the most common mistakes and how to fix them in around 10 minutes. And Taro Zeratul, and I see you in the next one.